should get to that.
Yeah,
that thing.
From you.
I want to get to the big open areas here. I want to show everyone how expansive this world can be. So I'm just going to chase these guys down. Over these guys here, you can see a couple of symbols there.
Right.
There's a couple symbols telling you it's in red, so you can tell that they're hostile.
Right.
I can target that guy. It tells you a little bit about how they're going to detect you by sight and sound.
Yep.
And it also tells you that ring. It tells you that if one of their kind is attacked within range of another of their kind, he's going to jump in and join in the attack.
Yeah.
So I'd be taking on 2 critters at once rather than 1.
Yep.
Let's see if he notices me as I'm running by. I think I got past him. I'm not in a hurry to deal with those guys right now when I've got so much more to show you.
Saying that it's easy to get distracted in this game is kind of an understatement, as you'll see here in a moment.
Yeah, the very first thing I did when I walked down into these big open vistas is, you know, I knew which way I was supposed to go and how I was supposed to get there, and I immediately turned the wrong way and just charged off to see what I could see.
Well, yeah, you're always noticing something like, ooh, what's that over there? Let's go check it out.
So you're going to see the sky clear up, hopefully. I think you're going to see that. I think that's going to happen here.
I think she's mentioning that very thing right now.
There it is. And then we're going to see our first human settlement, first human explorers who have escaped from the crash as well. Let's take a quick look out over this view. Now, the other thing you're going to see...
one of my favorite spots.
Yeah, you're going to see some like just amazing things as the clouds dissipate and the fog clears up here. One thing that you're going to notice, hopefully, as we're playing right here, is that the weather shifts as does the time of day. So we're seeing daybreak now. We're going to come out into full daylight. But as you're playing, you go through your day and night cycle, and enemy behaviors will change in day and night. You have predators who are hunting at night.
Right.
You might see pack animals that are sleeping during that time as well.
I think even you'll get some different enemies that come out at nighttime. Whoa.
Yeah.
Someone's waking up.
Just amazing creatures in here. And again, it's the creature design and the variety of them that you see out in the field and how far out you can see them. It just blows my mind.
This is a lot to take in.
It is,
when you're living in an escape pod, you know?
Yeah, you've been in a pod for who knows how long.
And it's kind of a lot to cover. We also have different weather patterns in the game now.
Right.
So, you know, as the weather patterns shift, creature behavior might shift as well.
Yeah, they can become more aggressive or less aggressive. Yeah. So.
Now, Alma's going to point us out to the first military installation right over here. Now, one interesting thing about this ARC ship is that the first people to come out of stasis and start getting into action, it's the military people. But they know that military people know that they're very good at a specific set of things, but they also need a broader range of talents to get civilization back up and running. So one of your tasks is going to be finding your farmers, your other craftspeople, your various skill sets to help bolster your first town's ability to survive and to sustain itself.
Yeah.
So beautiful.
Look at that. It's good stuff. Another thing, before I forget to mention it, in Xenoblade, if I remember correctly, each character had a set type of auto attack, whereas in this game, every character can switch between melee and ranged on the fly, which, you know, they incorporate a lot of sort of strategic elements like you were mentioning with the soul voice. The characters you're battling with will call out for you to do a particular type of attack, and you get bonuses for following their orders. So she's just explaining this is the ship, this is their home base.
We've been looking at some scenic vistas for a little bit, but I want to get deeper into some combat.
It's time to
let's
get busy.
Let's just jump into that.
So she's saying here you could jump down off that cliff if you wanted to, but she doesn't recommend it, not because you're going to get hurt. Fall damage doesn't appear to be a huge problem.
This cliff?
You could do that.
She
just said that there's some tough enemies down there, but it's up to you.
So this is really wherever you want to go.
No, that's the thing.
But we've got some people I want to take a look at over here first. These here's that first military installation over here. I'm gonna run past these guys, say hello, find some new landmarks.
Right. Not too far from the ship, so you'll still be seeing some outposts where people have set up stuff.
Now, I think that's the fastest path for me to get over to the Ark.
Yeah. It's hard though because I mean, like Ed was just saying, if you see it, you can pretty much go there. Yeah, and
I do want to get down to those guys. I got to get down there because you can get a sense of how big they are from up here, but
scale.
Just be careful, Rich.
Yeah, I know. Last time I did this, I got
accidentally attack one of them.
Yeah.
They're not level 1.
They're not angry by nature, but if you attack them, they get a little angry.
Yeah. That's how it works.
But I'm going to start out by taking out a couple of these guys here.
Yeah.
You can see the one in the back. He is angry. He is aggressive.
Right.
He
right now he's facing away from you.
He doesn't see me, and his friend doesn't seem to mind me being here. I'm going to start with his less aggressive friend.
Right in the rump shot there.
Yeah. Nope. Okay. So much for less aggressive.
So you're switching the target around from different parts on the enemy.
Yeah. So if I move to the back, you can see over in the bottom right of the screen, you can see that I've got a couple of pieces of information about where I am in relation to the enemy. You can see the first on the side of the slash, I'm in front of, or on the side of,
or behind,
in back of. The other one, it tells you my ground, middle ground, high ground, low ground. So I can tell when where I am in relation to them and what advantages I might have.
I think as you progress on, they go into more depth about how different positioning can be really advantageous depending on the enemy.
I just used my assault hammer. I want to point out something about all of these arts. There's a recharge time to all of them.
Yeah.
So I just used it, and I'm slowly building up the charge again. You're going to see the charge meter slowly fill up. It's not going to be so important for this battle, but I think with this angry guy over here, it's going to be a little bit more. And sorry, yeah, he's just grazing. I know.
You call that a rump shot?
Just angry.
That's not an official term.
Not official.
That's just me.
Not official.
I'm so unfair to these guys. So I'm going to go over here and help my friend. Got the soul voice this time. Yeah, it wasn't a tremendous success. If I got the timing perfect, I'd get a huge boost.
Yep.
But you can see the assault hammer I've highlighted now.
Right, it's almost all the way built up for a second time.
That's its second charge. So some of these things have basically a bonus effect that comes into play.
And so it was hard to see there, but a little tooltip appeared showing that once you let it build up a second time, it gets like a damage boost, and that varies from art to art. So I think with your shield, if you let the shield build up twice, you can use it twice in a row. So that's adds more depth. People who love mastering battle systems and customizing things to get their sort of NPC player characters, doing exactly what they want, are going to love this game. There's a lot of that type of customization.
That guy's a little big. I think we're going to stay away from the big guy for now.
Were you going to go down to the lake?
In a minute, yeah. I just want to wake him up. Soul voice to wake him up, and he's up now. Now I have, because I leveled up, I have earned another art here that automatically jumps into my arts palette.
Nice. Oh, right. That just dropped in. That was the one you were just using. Fire Burst, I think they're calling it.
And having a little bit of a better time with this guy, partially because he wasn't really expecting me to come at him like that.
Those orange dialogue boxes that keep showing up are, your partner Elma is calling out to you and like encouraging you to use specific arts and attacks.
And there are different triggers for all of those soul voices as you acquire more party members.
Just picking up some items, some gear. Yep.
Yeah. Now I've got a couple of items. I'm going to see if I picked up some stuff I can use. I want to show off some of the character information here.
Careful of these menus though, because
they go lost. Deep. Yeah, I get lost in these menus. So I'm going to choose Ethan. I've got a couple of different aspects to my character. There's my inner stats, and then there's my class stats. So my inner stats are things that are intrinsic to my character, but also the items that I'm carrying. My class stats are dependent, obviously, on what class I've selected. Step back out of here and go to my items, though, real quick. Let's see. So go to my inner. Go to my character. And it says I've got a couple of new items here. So I'm going to switch from my my current gun to this new gun that has a thing in Japanese of 6, Ethan.
That's just the attack power.
It's an attack power of 6.
Yeah.
Thank you. And then I'm going to switch to that one. You'll see it visibly represented on my character too. Got
you can see already there's sort of stats galore. You can fine tune things all you want if you're into that.
I'm going to go for a new weapon or a new... I don't think Elma's got much new, but I'm going to see what
she starts with pretty good stuff. Did you
Yeah.
just give her your old shirt?
I think I did.
Fair enough.
She doesn't want that.
You know, it's a little worse than what you had. It's a little worse than what you had. I'll go back to that and step back out. Let's see, what else can we show off right here? We've got the arts palette.
There, you could look at the class menu.
Now, all of the arts can be leveled up individually. So you use your the battle points for leveling up each of these arts. I want to level up my assault hammer. I want to see if I have the arts for this.
Right. Basically, the more you use them, the more you're going to be able to upgrade them. There you go.
And then from this screen, I can also customize. If I feel like it, I can customize my arts palette and swap in different arts. I don't have a lot of arts available to me right now, so I'm not really going to mess with that.
And progressing in different classes is what's going to earn you more arts and then allow you to sort of mix and match. Once you've earned the art for that class, you can then sort of hybridize and mix those into your palette there.
I feel like making a huge mistake here, Ethan.
Really?
Yeah.
What level are you at?
Let's check it out. Not enough. Level not enough.
Okay, well, let's go for it.
All right. Now, one of the nice things that happens, I might as well set this up now. One of the nice things that happens if one of your characters falls in battle, is you can spend your TP. I'm going to shield myself up here.
Yeah, you go with the melee.
Yep.
You got it.
There, go back to guns.
You're not looking
guns
great.
are better. No, I've felt better. So this might be a good opportunity to show off what happens when one of your characters... Oh, I missed that. When one of your characters dies, she might have an opportunity to come over and spend TP to resurrect me.
Right.
If she has enough TP to do this, she'll come over.
Right.
She's not in a real hurry right now. So I do have the opportunity to quick start right back to where I was. I don't see her coming over my way anytime soon.
You said she's in no hurry. I think
she is in zero hurry. She's pretty busy over there. So I'm going to take this time to jump back to basically where I was, where I walked back out over the vista.
I encourage him to do bad things.
This is you're the little guy on my shoulder telling me the wrong thing to do. No, I made that decision all on my own. So I'm going to jump back to not where I was and going to take a different path this time, get us down to the lake.
Right.
Now, let's see. As Ethan mentioned, jumping doesn't do any damage to you, so you've got a good fall ahead of you here. You get to see what happens when I just take right off of the edge.
I just got to tell you, can you put the camera up a little bit?
Yeah.
The view from on top of those waterfalls is exquisite.
Breathtaking.
Yeah. We don't have time to get there now, but I'm just saying.
To it. Now I'm just going to run through an entirely different part of the map here. I'm going to head down to the beach. Maybe see if I can jump over these rocks.
Oh yeah,
here.
you can.
Nice.
The jump in this game is pretty generous.
Now let's see. He is. Where was I before when I didn't do so awesome? I did.
You were back along the path.
Okay, that's. This guy's level 45, so.
That was level 4.
That was level 4.
I'm saying maybe not.
I didn't do so hot on level.
I'm saying you should have brought
guys.
flowers.
Yeah.
And just for the sense of scale, there's his toenail.
Right.
And there's me. So
and,
I'm just
you could attack that guy.
I could.
But the toenail
I'm not,
itself is like level 13.
Gonna, yeah. So I'm gonna go find someone a little more innocuous over here.
Hey,
buddy.
Make our way over toward the ship.
What are you doing? Little level 2 guy, not doing anyone any harm. So I'm going to take this opportunity to do a little bit of leveling because I know that I am not ready for the end battle. And if we have an opportunity to make it to the end battle, I do want to show off. Made it that time.
Yeah, that is tough. Ooh, nice double.
The timing is really harsh on those if you're not paying attention, which I am only barely managing to do right here.
Peripherally paying it. There we go.
So I'm going to see if this guy. I don't think I'm doing too bad on him. So I'm going to stick with melee. I'm going to let my assault hammer build up to its full second recharge.
There you go.
And then I'm going to attack with that and knock him down.
Which is what you got, I believe, for letting it build up twice. It adds knockdown to the attack.
Good work.
Yeah.
And that helped me to take him out a little bit more easily. Now that was basically like attacking a rabbit, though.
So Ed, you've played some other open world RPGs, right?
Sure.
And that's more of what's kind of been the recent Western trend is to have open world RPGs. And I think one of the things I'm super excited about is I grew up playing a lot of JRPGs, the Japanese style. most of them were turn-based, and they kind of stuck to a formula for a long time.
Right.
But when the Wii Xenoblade Chronicles came out, it was kind of an interesting mesh, you know, between you know, those really deep battle systems and, you know, I don't know, just the story elements, you know, that you would get in a Japanese RPG, and that fans of that genre really want, but also the open world exploration that a lot of people have kind of come to expect from other, you know, Western developed open world games. So.
Yeah, I mean, this definitely has, I mean, just breathtaking, exquisite. You can take your pick of any adjectives that you want.
Now the sun is starting to set, I think, here, and you can see a couple of the moons of the local planet here coming out.
Yeah.
See, where's the other? Oh, there it is, right over there. So you're going to get to see a little bit of dusk here, and I'm going to get myself back on track. Had to take a moment to look around.
Yeah, this will take you somewhere near where you were before.
I'm going back over to that.
Oh,
whoa, hi there, buddy.
Hey, hello.
He's okay.
Let's take a look at you.
Yeah.
He's all right.
Yeah.
This is
that little guy.
That's what you get for surprising me like that.
He's so brutal. No mercy.
I know. I startle easily.
When did you get that crossbow, by the way?
That was my new weapon.
Oh, okay.
That was the new one that I
haven't
equipped
actually
a few
seen that
moments
before.
ago. Yeah, you know, in all the times I've been playing this demo, I haven't seen this one either.
Yeah.
These low-level guys, like, are not slouches.
No, not by any means.
If they turn on you.
Right. And if you find the ones that
he saw me,
that will join in, that's when things can get out of hand really quick.
So as you saw a moment ago, this guy was aggressive.
Whoa.
He's really aggressive, moving a little faster than I can keep track of.
Yeah.
And he saw me, and he jumped into the battle and brought his friend.
It is possible to run away.
That's okay. No.
I'm just saying.
I appreciate your concern. It's very
no surrender, no
very
retreat,
touching.
but you know, that's not really your style. Nicely done.
Cowardly retreat is an option, Rich. We just want you to know.
There's nothing ignoble about running away with my tail between my legs.
So just doing my duty. She does keep calling out for melee attacks, melee arts.
Oh, so she needs some melee. Okay, thanks. I appreciate.
That seems to be a common theme.
I appreciate the shout.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna get in there for a little melee attack.
Right.
I'm also gonna shield up here because now that I'm melee, I'm taking a lot more damage. I've been hanging back.
Last level up.
I'm gonna go after the other one over here.
Yeah.
I think I just got a new art on my palette too.
Yeah.
I think I just got
right,
battle
class
cry.
level up.
Now that battle cry is gonna draw the enemy's attention to me.
Right.
Which, if you've been watching my playstyle, that's the last thing I want. But if I draw the enemy's attention to me, then it gives my partner an opportunity to get in with some other attacks. And if you remember aggro from Xenoblade Chronicles, this is a good opportunity. You know, it ties into to the way that aggro operated in Xenoblade Chronicles. The
Don't
next
forget
battle,
you can dash with the L stick as well.
yeah,
if you need to.
by clicking down on it. Now I'm gonna see if I can use aggro, or if I can use battle cry to get this guy's attention. Did I get battle cry on this one?
Yeah,
there it is. Yeah, there it is.
Oh wait, no,
that wasn't
not
battle
it
cry.
yet. My bad.
Yeah, that's the next dart I get.
Yeah.
But I was able to knock this flyer out of the sky and take a few extra pot shots at him while he was down there. That is entirely my playstyle, by the way. 100%. Knock down the enemy and take pot shots.
So, what do you think? Do you anticipate playing something like this? Like eventually when it comes out?
This is something you can't. It's so hard to see something with such an epic scale and not like feel a draw to it. You know, as a gamer, this is beyond being gorgeous. The combat system looks really intricate, but at the same time, it seems like you're doing a really fluid job, Rich, of navigating this. And I mean, it looks really, really interesting.
You get the hang of it pretty quickly. I mean, the right stick for camera camera control, left stick for movements. It's natural. It feels really natural.
I think it could look intimidating to people who don't typically play lots of games like this, but to just do that sort of surface level battling, especially at the beginning, that's required to go forward is not that tough.
Now, I'm bypassing a lot of battle opportunities here where I could be leveling because I want to see if you think I'm ready for that end boss.
You've leveled up a couple times.
I might take a few more opportunities.
Maybe not that level 6 beastie though.
That's I learned my lesson last time on biting off more than I can chew. I'm going to get us a little closer in. He's also mostly harmless, so I'm okay leaving him alone for now. I also want to get you a better, closer view. This is my excuse. I want to get a closer view of the city. So we're coming in on the city itself.
Right.
You can get, again, a sense of the scale.
Yeah.
We aren't even near it yet.
Yeah.
So let's get in there, and I feel like I need to grind a little bit more.
You can see, though, that there's less enemies wandering around now that it's nighttime.
I really ought to grind a little more before I get into this. I'm a little nervous here, Ethan.
Oh, you'll be fine. You're going to be, hey, you're going to be okay.
We're about 50-50.
Yeah.
We're about 50-50 on this boss battle.
Oh, you're going for it.
I'm going for it.
Okay, here we go.
We've been 50-50 on this, so let's see which way the coin falls on this.
Ladies and gentlemen,
so she's saying it looks a lot bigger up close. Lots of people have moved in, made it home.
Now there's some good tension on this scene, so I'm not going to jump out of this.
So this is the west gate of the city. Right now it's closed up for safety. And so in order to get in, you're going to have to take an elevator rather than just go through the main gate. Uh-oh.
Although before I get to that elevator,
hey,
I'm going to have this guy and a couple of his friends to contend with.
She's surprised to see aggressive enemies like this so close to the city.
Because there is, in fact,
LA?
Yeah,
What was it called? Yeah.
Neo LA. We're on our way to Neo LA. I'm a little surprised to see these guys so close to the city too, because again, there's a military installation not more than a couple hundred feet from me right now. But I think they want to make sure
You're worthy.
Okay. So I'm going to remind you up front.
Run away.
You see down at the bottom it says hit the plus button to do battle menu. So if you bring up the battle menu on the right there, there's going to have a lot of options that you can give orders to your NPCs. And I believe the second one from the top is basically focus fire. So your NPCs will make sure to attack the enemy that you're attacking.
Okay, we took down one of them.
Yeah.
We're feeling pretty good. What are you doing?
Did you have her focus fire?
I'm gonna need you to point me to that.
So bring up the battle menu.
All right,
second from the top.
This is bad. I can't. Okay, second from the top.
You got it.
You're asking me to do a lot here.
Yep.
All right, focus fire.
Okay,
we got it.
So that'll just ensure that she's gonna attack your target.
Okay, so we're gonna take this guy out. Get a little hit point boost right there. Took him out. Oh, that was faster.
They get a lot faster once you've completed a few of them. And you can see what that's doing each time you complete one of those, raising that soul stage.
I am having some trouble with those later ones.
And the soul stage is going to, the higher it is, it's going to give you more bonuses during the battle. And the reason they get more difficult to complete is that soul stage meter is going to go down over time, so you can't just keep raising it up.
All right, so we took that over.
Nicely done.
You made pretty good work of that, yeah.
That's the quickest I've seen you do that.
Yeah.
That is.
Nice work.
I like the way you got the Borealis effect going on up there.
Nice.
So she thought that they landed in a relatively safe area, but you know, for every friendly race that there is in space, there's bound to be some ones that are more hostile as well.
I love the feel of this game. It's very much like not only do you discover that you're not alone out in space, but you also discover that whatever's out there doesn't really care about you.
Oh, yeah.
And doesn't really care for you.
Yeah, space doesn't care.
So now we're getting a good opportunity to take a look out over...
space is not your friend.
No, space is not your friend.
Take a look out over Neo Los Angeles from the outside.
More items.
And we're going to see if we can get up that elevator to give you a deeper view of what Neo Los Angeles looks like.
Yeah, let's go check it out.
It's sort of an extensive cutscene that's going to give you a flavor for what you're looking at inside this first hub, your hub town, basically. So that's the west gate up ahead of us. But as Elmo was telling us, the gate is sealed right now, and you see our military installation right here, keeping guard just over the gate and not over us as we approach the gate.
Right.
I really could have used their help a minute ago, but that's...
I think she's kind of given some word up ahead that you're coming in, bringing in some survivors.
Sense of scale again. Just take a quick look around.
It really is pretty impressive when you get up close.
Yeah, and I'm going to go up here.
And you can jump around on all that stuff. Like, you know, if you're somebody who loves to explore and kind of see if it's possible to go places. A lot of times games won't let you do that. You know, you'll run up against an invisible wall that prevents you from going places, but that's really, as far as I've been able to tell, that's really not the case in this.
There we go. Yeah, I've spent a lot of time just exploring this opening area long before I even get to that boss battle. One thing I love about this elevator here is it gives me an opportunity to show you how far off you can see.
Right, it's another vantage point. Like, I think we came from
poorly timed, but the weather pattern, you know, we don't control the weather here. But you do get an opportunity to look out over a bit of the space out there.
Yep. There's that guy that we visited earlier.
Yeah, yeah, the guy who's
nice guy.
Actually, he's a little bit closer than the other one. There's
you're right.
There's a lake down there that you would be able to see across if it just hadn't started raining on us.
I'm not totally sure what the deal is with these sort of crystal spikes that seem to have sprung up where the ship landed. I don't know if that's something that's going to be explained later in the game, but it's definitely intriguing.
Now, we did talk a little bit about the class system. Before I go through that gate and kick into this cutscene, I do want to show off some of the class system here.
Yeah.
Let's see, character, class.
Yeah, that's it.
You'll be able to change through any number of classes. Each character has a class set that they can cycle through.
Right.
We're right here at the opening class at Drifter, and then I'll be able to specialize into a couple of different classes. Class names aren't final, of course, but it gives you a sense of what their function is going to be within the game. And then that also shows you a little bit of what their arts palette is.
Right.
And
the
you'll be
type
able
of arts you're going to earn.
Yeah,
right.
as you get as you level up, you get more of those arts.
Yeah.
And then you can specialize even more. Now, one different thing about Xenoblade Chronicles X is that you can change classes on the fly, even mid-battle.
Yeah.
Cool.
So if there's an arts palette set that you want to have access to that you don't have access to right now, you can change classes out and jump from a defensive attacker to a heavier attacker. If there's something that you find yourself needing desperately, you'll be able to switch classes on the fly, jump straight out into a different class and use those abilities.
Yep. And if I'm understanding everything correctly, and you know, it's a pretty complicated game with all the things you can do. If I'm understanding correctly, though, you can, once you've earned those arts for each class, you can then, you know, mix and match, right? And kind of build your own
and really
class.
Specialize your character to suit your own gameplay style. My cowardly base attack entirely depended on striking enemies when they're unawares, or perhaps feeding on, you know, grains and fauna.
You do love to get the enemies that seem to be the most peaceful.
Yeah, the flora rather, but yeah. So we're walking out into Neo Los Angeles for the first time.
Oddly enough, here we are in real Los Angeles.
We are
in old Los Angeles,
Los Angeles,
which just looks so dingy now that we got our first glimpse of Neo Los Angeles. Old Los Angeles just doesn't compare.
I know, it just doesn't measure up anymore.
Yeah. I'm sorry, LA. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to apologize for insulting Los Angeles online, aren't I?
It's okay.
I love it so much, though. So here we got a view out over Neo Los Angeles. It's going to come up as soon as Elma finishes.
Yeah, she's just, you know, kind of explaining about the city. And, you know, it was kind of a model city to begin with, but it's become, you know, a real living place that they have to use. So welcome to New Los Angeles, Rich.
Now we're going to end this demo here on a flyover of Neo Los Angeles, where you get a chance to check out this entire explorable area. It's already vast. Just all on its own, this is a gigantic space that you can wander freely throughout. As we mentioned, it's a hub town. You get quests here. You see your first giant mech here. These are going to become an integral component of gameplay much later on, of course.
Your first cat as well.
Yeah. But you also see some really interesting, more mundane things. Just these are the survivors trying to live on this alien world.
Yep. So she's talking about the fact that, you know, this is really mankind's last hope, and it sounds like they've been here for a couple of months before you have come on the scene.
Yeah, before
and
you get thawed.
Explaining that while it's still sort of a work in progress, they've really hardened up their desire to make this home for, you know, the future.
And here we go, one big flyby, and
big swoop.
There you go.
Wow. That's awesome.
Neo Los Angeles in all its glory.
Well, stopping by and giving us a deeper look here on Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Yep.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
If you like what you see, I hope people are excited because there is a lot to this game.
Yeah, it looks really good. I'm excited to do a little deeper dive.
Yeah.
This. Like, I think it's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be good.
Awesome. Well, appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice
Up next, don't go anywhere. We got Hyrule Warriors coming up, and we might have a